Hello dear friends, Happy Life, chapter 135. Why you have the resources, cultivate solidarity. You are a social being who needs to coexist with other people in order to fulfill the goals for which you were reborn. Solidarity is one of the most valuable tools for success. Be useful and kind, spread goodness, and in return, you will never be lonely. This message invites us to the practice of solidarity. What comes to my mind, it is quite amazing that nowadays, in a world of connectivity, we have so many people who are lonely, who are depressed, and who are truly disconnected. Although they might be connected to hundreds, maybe thousands, depending on what social media they're in, there is really no true connection. So it is quite challenging because nowadays we live in this illusion of connection, which is kind of fake news using nowadays language, right? So why you have resources, why you have the ability, why you can talk, you can do, you can think, you can act, right? Cultivate solidarity. We are social being who needs to coexist. So that takes us back to the law of society. Society is a law. That's how we are wired to live with one another. We're not wired to live alone. We are wired to live with one another because we complete one another, we need one another, we grow with one another. My neighbor is my instrument for self-knowledge, for transformation, for spiritual growth. And so we must live with one another. And in order to fulfill the goals for which we were born, we need others in many capacities and in many different ways. So solidarity, being able to empathize, being able to help others, being able to coexist with differences, with respect. One way that we can measure and assess whether our incarnation is being successful is to look at the relationships that we have. Not so much the number, but the quality of the relations that we have. And also, you need to think about the quality and how much trouble, how much difficulty, how many obstacles you are finding in your relating. That speaks to where you stand in your evolution. So relationships in reality, they mirror our difficulty, our darkness, our limitations, and looking at the quality and how well we are doing the realm of relationships, it says a lot about us, right? And so we live in a world with so many people and so many people who are lonely. So when you are solidary, when you are fraternal, you're never alone. Now, when you are centering yourself and sometimes we want things to be our way and we're stuck in certain ways and we have demands for our relationships, the more demands we are, the more difficult it becomes to relate. So what she's recommending is for us to be useful, to be kind, to spread goodness, and in return you'll never be alone. Because once you put all those resources into action, you cultivate solidarity, you attract a whole bunch of goodness and also love and presences who benefit from your solidarity and who want a lot of times to give back. So you're never alone and you're definitely happier.